6 o'clock and we are gonna get ready to start our farm. So what we're looking at doing today is after reviewing all the drops and getting all the numbers from the past couple of streams, it looks like the results, this is kind of distilled down, taking the average of like 10 maps. So some of them I did more than 10 maps, or most of them I did more than 10 maps, but I averaged it down to 10 maps for our total. And this is the divine drop value. So it's not raw divines drop, but it's everything distilled down and then packed up into a divine. So what we ended up with is for the original start was with 2 rarity tablets, 1 rare monsters tablet, all breach tablets with 2 additional rare monsters in the breaches. My total value was about 5.5 divine. There might have been a little bit of change left over in these, but pretty strictly about 5.5 divine. For yesterday, we did 2 different types of tablet setups. One of them was 3 rare monster breach tablets, all with additional rare monsters and breaches. 2 additional rare monsters and breaches, sorry. And that set of maps was actually the worst. We only got about 4 divine total out of those ones. And the most profitable was 1 rarity with 2 rare monster breach tablets with 2 rare monsters in each breach again. So it's for a total of 6 additional rare monsters in the breaches, and we got a total of 9 divine per 100 maps. Or per 10 maps, sorry, not 100. So we are going to take the best result there, which is 1 rarity tablet, 2 rare monsters tablets, all with 2 additional monsters in the breaches. And we are going to replicate that today, and we're going to see if that is indeed the best case scenario, and see if the sample size we had before holds up, or if it needs adjusted. But this will probably be the last day of testing, so we've got some maps already, 20 tier 7 maps. They're all fully rolled for 0 revives and 6 mods. So the first thing we are going to do is craft them so that we've got our wastelands ready. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hit them with the chaotic rarity omen. Got 20 chaotic rarities, 20 chaos orbs. Good, just go down the line. Make sure I don't mess anything up. Wait, why didn't that switch? Oh shit. So it didn't switch over into these ones. Okay, hold on. Let me go grab some more chaos orbs. Gotta love this stuff, guys. Okay. So these all got it right, the first 10. And then all these did not. Okay. Alright, so just double check on those. Yep. So our minimum, looks like our maximum is 131, and we've got a couple of those. And the lowest was at 113, I think. I think we have anything like 110 or lower. Alright, 113 is the minimum of rarity on these tablets, or on these waystones. The next thing we'll do is we will instill them. We're going to put 2 fears and 1 paranoia each. Set this up slightly differently. Alright. First tablet. We're not in any rush. 2 fear, 1 paranoia. And if you don't know, the fears, what they do is they give them each fear gives it a 25% chance that the rare monsters will have an additional modifier. So that definitely increases our drop chances. Alright. Five down. Alright, we've also got some really juicy breach precursor tablets ready to go. We'll check those out just after we finish this up. Then we'll take a peek at the Atlas before getting started. Alright. $15 down. Alright. Looking good. This should be a pretty consistent drops throughout. Hopefully we continue on with the, 9 divine per 10 maps. Drop somewhere in the, 15-20 divine range for this set. Alright. So we've got there. We're going to drop 15 of these maps off in the Delirium tablet here. Or in the Delirium tab. Why did this not go into the Delirium? Oh, they went into the map. Okay, hold on. Did they? Where'd they go? Oh, there they are. Alright. So we're gonna have to turn the affinity on for this real quick. We'll just carry 5 at a time. Keep things easy. Let's turn the Delirium tablet off to make sure that the splinters don't go in there. So after each map, I'll be coming in here and dumping everything into this here standard stash tab so that we can get an idea of what everything looks like. We'll see it each time, so we'll see it grow, we'll see what works and what doesn't. And for our tablets, we've got 6 of these total, so, or 2 sets of 3, I should say. 37% rare monsters, 37% rare monsters, 29% rarity, so pretty, obviously not perfect. The perfect ones get quite expensive, but up to 74 more rare monsters on the rare monster tablets, and the 29 plus the 2 additional rare monsters for a total of 6 additional rare monsters per breach. So that should be pretty good, especially once we multiply it by everything in the Atlas, which we will check out right now. So for our Atlas setup, first things first is going up to the boss tablet. I have it set up like this, so we'll be getting more quantity, more rarity, waystones dropped by the bosses, and an additional strongbox, and additional essence, which is also a rare monster. The one thing we want to avoid is the organized forces. Normally this is a really good node to get the extra monster level onto your maps. But we don't want extra monster levels here because we want to keep it under monster level number 72. 72 or 71 is the highest it will go before, or your monster level can be before you start rolling greater exalts and more of the greater currency, which we don't want. We want to keep it the standard currencies, exalts, chaos, and divines, obviously. So whenever you increase that pool, you're really watering down the pool. So you're going to drop less of the higher tiered stuff like divines. As far as the other trees go, we can go over them real quick. This is basically just set up so we get maximum splinters, because splinters are worth anywhere from 2 to 3 exalts. Whenever at any given time we get 2. If we get Cautious and Omniphobia on a map, we get, that's like 18 splinters in itself, plus whatever drop on the map. So we've got 25% more likely to spawn a unique boss, as well as the Delirium bosses give you a 100% more splinters. Plus we take all the splinter nodes that we can. Expedition, just kind of standard, big bomb, more logbooks, but we're not really focusing on that at all. Even logbooks at this point aren't really a big deal for us, because they would be low level, and I'm not even sure they can drop at level 71 anyway, so not really something we're targeting in any way, shape, or form. Ritual, not super big deal either, because we are not juicing for them, so we will only see them if they come on to our maps naturally. But we do take Ominous Portents, we take From the Mists, we take Promised Devotion, and we take Tempting Offers. And the one that's the most important here is going to be our Breach Atlas Treat. We take Zesh's Madness, which is going to give you a 10% chance for full stacks, which yesterday I had a big 10 breach map, and I think I got 3 full stacks of splinters, or 3 full stacks of catalysts, which is really good. Plus we want obviously the ability to get more breaches on our maps. We get the more breach splinters. This Frantic Invasion is not exactly the target. The target is Rising Pyre, just for the extra monster density, which is going to help empower the Soul Eater rare mobs, and just in general, the Soul Eater is going to give it an extra modifier on our rares in there. And the big one, the main Atlas tree, is going to be the most important thing, though. This is going to be really what governs most of our dropping, loot dropping. So the main thing here is that we want to make sure we take all of the Waystone modifiers and all of the rare monsters. So there's not a ton of rare monsters. They're just over here, as you probably know. These 3. Then we want to take Waystone explicit modifiers. So from rare monsters, we come over here, go through a couple of strong boxes, hit these 3, come up here, we look for these precursor nodes. These are also going to be very powerful for us. Since we are using expensive precursors, we'll get a good boost on them for there. Take these Waystone modifiers, and then on the west or the east side of this atlas, we got the rarity mods, but that's really just a way of getting over here to these Waystone explicit effects here and here. But we still take the item quantity and this item rarity. Take Grueling Journey for more explicits. Then we come up here, hit these pack sizes so that we can get unstable energies, which is again just a Waystone boost. That's about it. The only thing that is, it's kind of up to you if how you want to set up your atlas. You can save these 4 points and you can allocate them up here. 1, 2, 3, and then either one of these 4. And then you can get more rogue exiles. This is helpful if you are specifically targeting abyssal overruns, or you're desecrating for abyssal overrun maps, because then you could potentially get a Heart of the Well diamond, and those are worth a little bit by themselves as they are, or you can go for the desecrations and try to get something good out of them. So yeah, that's pretty much what and I'm not going to switch it up even if we do run abyssal overruns, any abyssal overruns, just because we want to keep things consistent for the sake of recording our profits here. I will say that the cost of setting this up is extensively as I have, with the 6 precursors that are very expensive, as well as 40 fears and 20 paranoias is pretty expensive, but I think it's worth it. I even grabbed a Grand Projects precursor so I could open up a little bit more space, since this is where we were sort of going around the past couple days of farming. There's only so much of this left, so now we've got a whole new section here. Alright, so that should cover just about everything we need going into it. Afterwards, we'll see. I've also got some tablets down here. I've got these 3. I've got an irradiated 32% rare monsters, 29%, so these are a little bit on the low end, but I'm going to try to run these with probably 4, since we have 4 uses on these 2. Tier 6, because we're running the irradiated, which will give 1 to monster level. So so it's kind of the budget option is to run it with the tier 6s. And the irradiated rather than 3 breach tablets. They're just a little bit more expensive for the breach tablets, so it'll be kind of the budget-friendly working man's version of the farm. So we'll try that out as well. All right, let's get started. Without any more introduction here, let's get started. So we can start with, let's see, what do we got here? Epitaph, Sun Temple, Savannah, Willow. I do like Willow. Probably get into these ones here as well for sure. We'll start with Willow. It's nice and fun. All right, 3 tablets here. We'll start with one of our lower rarity maps. Why not? No reason not to. And we are just mostly running these 20 maps today, so they're going to go pretty quick, given that we have everything set up already. So I'll be taking my time as far as keeping things organized and in the stash and everything. We're not doing this how much currency you could make over time. We're just trying to see per map and everything like that. So let's get ready to go. Hope everyone's having a good evening or afternoon. All right, just go around the outside, nice and easy. For the rest of the week, I put up a community post here on YouTube, kind of detailing what I'm expecting to probably get done on the channel this week. I think our next stream is going to be kind of maybe a little freeform. We might do some citadels using the strategies in the guide that I posted on Saturday. And with that, we can, we have a few citadels on the map already, so we can just path over to them. Or I'll path over them. I'll either path to them on stream, or I'll path to them before stream, so they're just ready to go. Might just path to them on stream, so we can set up the Atlas tree and do all that stuff as a little demonstration for anyone who is interested. We probably won't. That probably won't take the full stream. So we will probably run either some pinnacles, some tier 15s just for fun, or something else. I don't know. We'll try. Maybe we'll take a poll. But yeah, that's the goal for the next stream. That's the plan for the next stream. After that, I'll be honest, Thursday we'll probably do... Oh, Abyssal Echoes. Nice. Right off the bat. That's not bad. On Thursday, I'll probably take a break from my stream. Probably post a short or two. Get ready for Friday. Friday we will be playing Path of Exile 1. This will be my first time playing Path of Exile 1. Yes, and we will be starting off the league hopefully pretty strong. So if you are a Path of Exile 1 player and you want to watch someone flounder a little bit, definitely tune in. Backseating is totally fine. I do not mind. Could probably use the advice. Whereas if you're a Path of Exile 2 player and haven't played Path of Exile 1 like I am now, whether it's because you don't have time or you're just not sure it's right for you, you can definitely tune in and see if it's something that you're interested in taking the plunge on, or just watch it and live vicariously through whatever I'm doing. But yeah, that's the goal through Friday, and probably during the weekend we will continue streaming Path of Exile 1. Probably into next week. We definitely want to, at the very least, get through the campaign. Hey, we dropped a full stack of Flesh Catalyst back there. That's nice. Nice to see that. Not getting my item drop sounds, which is kind of annoying. I might have to double check on that. I'm getting them, but like not really. Nice to see all of these breaches on the first map, though. Definitely improves our chances for getting some good drops. Alright, and we'll just pick everything up at the end. Yeah, Path of Exile 1 looks pretty fun for this league. I'm looking forward to giving it a shot. I'm looking forward to... I'm probably going to just follow a guide of someone who's, you know, an expert versus Flounder. It doesn't seem like it's that much harder in this game, but it does have much more extensive mechanics and things like that, and build mechanics, crafting mechanics. So at the very least, I think a guide will take some of that weight off my shoulders. So I'm looking forward to that. Next week, I'm not sure where we're headed in PoE 2 though. Who knows? We've got a lot of options. We could do more farming. We could run trials of Sekimas. We can, which I was considering doing just because I haven't done a lot of Sekimas this league. I was considering doing it this week, but I just don't think I'm going to have time. Plus, it's just like I have to buy relics. I got to get into... There's a lot of stuff I have to do to kind of prepare. Not a lot of stuff, but enough stuff. I would like to probably do a couple off-stream practice runs so I don't boof it too hard on stream. decide how I want to deal with some of the areas, because I know that, or at least I feel that the Roa is kind of annoying for some things. But yeah, we'll probably give that a shot at some point. Maybe we'll do Chaos. Maybe we'll do a day of Trials, where we just do like a couple hours of Sekimus, couple hours of Chaos Trials. I'd like to... Oh, there we go. First of the day. I'd like to get a Desperate Alliance and run that, so that might be included in the Sekima's streaming. We just have one more. Okay. Just because I've never actually run any of those relics, seems like it would be a good time. Who knows, maybe I'll get that 1 in 100, oh, didn't juice it. 1 in 100 against the darkness. It's worth something. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. Oh. Yeah, I'd like to upgrade my own against the darkness, honestly. Right now I've just got the spare lightning on mine. Getting the lightning and cold, or even fire would be fine. I'd obviously prefer cold, but can't always get what you want. Heck, I'd take chaos. I'd take any type of damage, any type of extra damage. Try to get in here. Nice. Nice few chaos orbs. Breach splinters. Let's go grab bubblegum so we can dump it all in that tab. Make sure we pick up pretty much everything. I'm not going to pick up things like this, because even though it's a tier 5, it's still only a level 72. So there's some things that it is not even able to really get, high resistances and stuff like that. I think it would stop out at 70, or it should stop out at tier 2. Grab all these exalts and get a nice accurate result here. Okay. Breach splinters. Exalts, exalts. Another chaos, nice. There's a stack of 10 flesh that I was mentioned earlier. Yeah, right. Just go zigzag across this part of it. Around here. Might be pretty much have everything at this point though. Get around this loop, come into this corner, and then we'll just... Oh. Alright. Let's go see the hall from map number 1. Alright, what are we looking at here? We were looking at a divine, 32 exalts, 6 chaos, and abyssal echoes, 17 simulacrum splinters, almost 50 breach splinters, a couple vols, partridge in a pear tree. Let's make sure we identify those. Alright, put these back. 34 rare monsters. That's not bad. Increased rarity, low increased rarity though. And hunted by his merry spirits. Now before we get out of hand here with the organization, let's try to put everything kind of in some sort of order so that we don't have as much to do as we go. Put some of this stuff off to the side, so we'll give each currency type its own little row, column I should say. Chances for chance orbs, and over here there's probably going to be some stuff that I miss picking up, you know, lower value stuff. But nothing that should be too impactful, I don't think. Alright. So yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Basically, like maybe like 1.5 divine on that map when you consider the abyssal echoes and the splinters and everything cashed out. Not bad, not a bad start. We can't, oh, I don't want to do an augury, even if it is an abyssal overrun, man. Where's that confluence? We had a confluence, right? We have an epitaph. I like epitaph. We've got some. Where's that? Was that this one? Where'd my confluence go? I like overgrown. I like Vol City. I don't care for rock pools. Willow. Well, we've got 20 maps, let's not be too picky. Proceeds to be picky. I know I had a confluence, did I lose it? Oh, we'll just do this epitaph, I like epitaph a lot. All of the data that I've sort of taken in over the past the previous 2 streams as well as this one, I will be compiling my notes and recording a video tonight and tomorrow and posting it tomorrow afternoon before the stream, and we can you can check it out. It's going to have all the information on, like, you know, how I rolled the maps, what tablets I use, how the atlas is set up, pretty much everything you're going to need to know to run this farm efficiently. I mean, might as well pick it up. I'm also going to explain the results of my previous setups, different tablet setups that I attempted. Yep, shroud walking. Let's get through this place pretty quick now. Should get through here real quick. Stuck on the stairs there, or on the landing I should say. Right. 50 monsters still remain, must be back here in these areas. Yeah, I think the specific setup we have with our breach tablets being the additional rare monsters is going to play a big effect into our drops. I'm not recording specifically how many you're dropping in breaches versus off of natural rare monsters or anything, or bosses or anything, but will definitely be something to take mental note of and mention, since a lot of them do seem to be coming up through our breaches. Alright, let's poke into this boss ring just to... Alright. Head back north. But yeah, yesterday, randomly on one of my worst maps, I did drop a constricting command, which I was pretty excited about. I was going to sell it, but the constricting command prices are they're not crazy good, but they're not crazy bad. But I, churched it up. I hit it with the quality, and then what is it? I hit it with a Omen of Corruption and a Vol, and I ended up getting a second socket on it. So instead of selling it, I kept it for myself and sold my old one. So that was a little come up. It's not it's still basically the same thing. The only difference being a little higher on the max life, or significantly higher on the max life. Mine was rolled pretty low. And higher on life regen, which is not super significant either. But nice to have better numbers on it. It was fun to get that roll. And anything that we have show up in the rituals that is already deferred, we will not include towards our total. But if we get anything that we do defer, and are able to pay off. Actually, now that I think about it, it's not a strong thing to do. Just because I feel like I'm probably not going to be able to get anything that we would defer. Like say if a Omen of Dextral Annulment showed up here, we wouldn't necessarily be able to get it from this run of maps, just because I'm not juicing any rituals at all, so that would be not included in the total. If for some reason we would be able to pull it within this farm without changing out tablets or anything like that, then I would definitely still include it. Even if it is kind of an outlier, I still think it's relevant. Okay. Let's grab this. Okay. Nice. Alright, let's do the last ritual. So that one not as successful, but can't all be zingers. It's worth a little something. We'll make sure that we count things like that in there as well. Like I said, anything that we end up getting out of a map is subject to be included in the final tally. And I'm not going to break everything down into the currency on stream. We'll keep everything as raw items and stuff like that. Off stream, I'll break it down to get the final currency tally. And then that'll all be included in the video I put together and post tomorrow. To be honest, we might end up moving all this stuff over to the dump, the bigger dump tab, the quad tab. Just realizing now that I am basically taking everything in, that it is going to take up a lot of space, but maybe we'll just do it every 10 maps, or we'll switch over to the other tab. Okay. Let's move this omen. Okay. Map number. Okay, so it's in 2 maps. 8 Chaos, 47 Exalts, Divine, 4 Vol, Abyssal Echoes, 34 Simulacrum Splinters. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Overgrown. I like overgrown. Let's run one of these bigger ones. Or better, higher item rarity waystones. Pretty thick natural abyss on that map there. A lot of pits. Take a chaos, why not? Could always use one of them. Alright. Just chugging on through. Pull up the overlay map. Probably hit that expedition. Let's see. Drop items, a set of weapons. Found excavate chest. These are actually all pretty good. I wonder how many of them I can. Oh man, I hate how the tent's always in the way. Alright, we'll try that. See what happens. Hey, a logbook. It's gotta be a horrible logbook at map level 71. Maybe we'll run it at the end of the map, just for, or at the end of the stream here, just for fun. Is that a 71? Oof. I didn't even know there was 71 logbooks. Cool to get one though. I feel like it's been a minute. I feel like they've been holding out on me. And as always, everyone, be sure to like the video here and subscribe to the channel, especially if you want to see more Path of Exile content, more live streams, more videos. Helps out the channel. Much appreciated. Let's go get this breach. It's kind of a dumb spot, but what are you gonna do? I feel like the developers love to put breaches and rituals in just the worst spots, where they're like barely efficient to run at all. Getting some nice little drops. Need some bigger drops though, for sure. Let's run back here. Oh, sapphire ring. Sure, it's not dream fragments. Not that they're worth all that much this league, unless you get a really good corrupt on it. Back to the beginning here. Oh, grab those while they're here. Nice, nice, nice. Nice and easy. Definitely nice that these this farming strategy isn't really stressful. Every now and then it's nice to unclench. Okay, that means we killed everything pretty much. Switch over to charge shots just to kill the boss quicker. So that one was not a great map, unfortunately. Not too much you can do about that, but here we go. I'm thinking we'll get a nice juicer on this next map here. We'll look for some more open maps. I feel like they're always the right choice. All right. All right, get these put away in the map tab. All right. 3 maps in. Let's look for a Savannah or a... We had some more willows on here. We had a... Fall City's usually pretty good as well. Let's go for this Fall City, this corrupted one. Should be a good one. I like running Fork on Vol City since it's a little bit more lanes in it. Fork does a little bit, does a lot more damage that way. Got those loading times. Okay, great. Let's go. But yeah, we'll be making a video on this farming method. Like I said, probably coming out tomorrow. should come out tomorrow. The only reason it wouldn't is if... Oh, Perfect Jewelers. That's the first Perfect Jewelers orb I've gotten any of these runs. That's cool, though. Should have been a Divine. That's interesting, too, because in like a couple of days we didn't get any... Abyssal Echoes, and we didn't get any Perfect Jewelers, and we got both of them today. Always want to check that. Piece of crap though, so we're gonna put that right back down where we got it. Okay, let's make sure we get, oh crap. Did not mean to activate that, but here we are. Yeah, that's pretty much the bare minimum tribute. Oh, Omniphobia. Yeah, Simulacrum Splinters are underrated in their value, I think. Picking them all up. I think I had over a Divin Splinters yesterday. Switch to Nova Projectiles for the Breach. Come on, where's my money, Lebowski? Breach tab, not too bad. Right, not that anyone wants them, but let's get down here, down south again. Oh man, that Shroud Walk fucked me up. Pretty disorienting sometimes. Alright, grab those Greater Essences. Let's hit this here. Ritual. Why not? Ain't gonna be nothing in it. I'm in a corruption. That's worth a little bit right now. Let's just melt everything in here real quick. Up to 1481. What's the cost of that? 400. Yeah, we're gonna take it. Not gonna get all the rolls, which is fine. Just take the smart money. Try to make statistically sound choices. Alright. Strong box. Make sure to juice your strong boxes. Oh man, that chilled ground. Nothing great there either, man. Man, maybe we'll have to do some more test farming before we publish any guides or anything. I feel like we've done a lot of mapping though, but just never consistent, man. Story of this game though, I guess. Yeah, only one chaos there. Man, we got a perfect Jewelers, which at least makes a good fun noise when it hits the ground. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Ugh, that's like, what is that, like max reduced monster density almost? Jesus. You want to put this on the tab for science. Okay. Burial bog, epitaph, raised fields, woodland. Any preferences? I know there was I swear I saw a confluence and now I cannot find it. It's hilarious. Is it down here? Oh well. I guess I lost the confluence. Oh, there it is. Found it. Alright, let's go. Confluence is nice and fast and relatively dense. Let's hope for a lot of breaches on this one before we start. Let's grab some more maps. Alright. Like I mentioned before, be sure to subscribe to the channel and like the stream here. Definitely helps out. Especially the subscriptions. Oops. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Divine Shrine makes everything invincible. Didn't see that there. Took me a second to notice it. Okay. Whew. Yeah, it's the most damage I've taken on these maps. A second Omen of Abyssal. I mean, okay, but it's not what I want. I mean, like an Omen of Light maybe would be nice, but... Or an Ancient Bone. I tell you what, going back to tier 15 maps is going to be like terrifying. Everything's going to hit so much harder and take more hits. I mean, not that I don't melt through it pretty quickly, but and I didn't have too much problems before, but still, there's definitely, especially when it comes to the bosses, some of the bosses are just crazy damage boosted, especially with the delirium. Maybe the next stage of farm testing for PoE 2, we will test this same method, but test it with the 15s, so we'll juice them the same way. But we'll just do it on tier 15s. Expect some deaths for that though, for sure. Like I said, especially when it comes to the bosses. Unless I just use grand projects and get a whole lot more maps out so that I can choose my maps a little bit more wisely. You know, see something that doesn't drop anything, these ruined monoliths, man. I mean, you know, chaos, yeah. I guess we can be happy about that for sure. Right. Yeah, I feel like you gotta do these open maps. You just have you're just able to clear so much more of the breach, so much more efficiently. So especially since that's what we're juicing so much for with our precursors. Yeah, right. Try to go up the gut. Try to meet it around this side. It's pretty cleared to me though. Let's grab this bubble gum. Grab them splinters. Anything I missed before going after the boss? Heck, we'll even take a chance shard, why not? Eventually that makes a chance orb. And I did chance a headhunter this week, randomly, from Heavy Belt just picked it up and slammed it, so it does happen. And we'll take that. Alright, not too bad. At least we got a swing with the Abyssal Echoes. We want those Divines though. Only one so far, unfortunately. Actually, should stack up. Yep. We're gonna need all the help we can get. Omens. Okay. 5 chaos isn't too bad though. Yep. Didn't pick it up. Cool, cool. Put these back. Let's start our next set of 5 before switching out our tablets. Do we do the augury, guys? I think we do the augury. Let's see if we can turn it all around. Switch over to fork. Since this one is definitely very crowded. It's going to be very crowded with this abyssal overrun. Nice to see 20 people in here. Definitely nice to see the channel grow over the past week or so. I've only been streaming on here on YouTube for the past week. So, hello everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Be sure to like this stream. Helps out the channel. And subscribe. Be doing a lot more PoE stuff. Got the new PoE League coming up. I'm looking forward to that. I think maybe I'm jumping the gun here, but yeah, I'm definitely jumping the gun. Already thinking of what I'm going to do in the end game, but the mechanics I kind of want to explore more, hopefully, is the breach mechanic. That is the League mechanic, as well as delve, just because there's a lot of talk about it potentially being the next League mechanic for PoE 2. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but if there is, it'd be cool to get some sense of it. And who knows, maybe if I am still playing by the time that they announce the PoE 2 League stuff, you know, maybe I'll already have a character in the end game that I can take through whatever mechanic they decide to port over, because they did pretty much announce that all the mechanics in PoE 2 are basically just going to be ports of what they have in PoE. Now, if there's one map that couldn't be worse for breaches, it's definitely this one. Oh, it knocked me off my pony. These things never drop anything. I swear sometimes they actually don't drop anything. Look at that. None of these monsters even drop anything. Oh, what? Oh. Crown of Eyes. I don't think that's worth anything this late right now. But I think it's the first one I've dropped, really. Funny how that works. We'll have to check it out. It's definitely like the item drops for gear are diminished with this strategy. Which is probably one of the things that you kind of miss from... big monkey. Literally nothing. Regal Shard. Regal Shard, guys. Definitely something you miss from running the higher tier maps. Oh, was standing in poison there. Who knew? Alright, so that is all she wrote for the overrun, which is unfortunate, nothing great. We got this breach up here we're going to hit. Switch over into our projectiles. I mean, that's not bad. It's on the higher end of pretty much everything. Pretty top roll. Not perfect rolls, but high rolls. Oop, a little lag. Oh man, a lot of lag. Whoa. I don't think this specific map run's going to make me like Augury anymore, unfortunately. Oh my god. Horrible, horrible lag. Yeah, the breaches don't even stay open because it's so hard to clear them. Alright, now we'll hit these rituals. I get off my pony to touch the rock. I gotta fix that. Having to get off the row every time you interact with literally anything is super annoying. I don't think you'd takes you off the row though to activate like precursors for the towers though, which is kind of odd. To me, it feels kind of odd. Yeah, like to activate a precursor, but to touch a little rock there, don't need to. Alright. And everything sucks more in the auguries. Alright, 3,000 tribute, that's pretty good, but unfortunately nothing crazy there. We might as well look at the dueling wand. 1 to cold spills, bleh. Take that. Nothing really here. We'll take petition splinters, I guess. That's gonna be it. Alright. Oh. Dropped an exalt. Yeah, not a lot with I don't know what happened. I mean, I was running this same setup yesterday. We got 9 chaos and 10, or I think 7 raw divine in 10 maps. I mean, there's still time, obviously, but suddenly feels quite diminished. Alright, let's add to it. We did get a good amount of exalts there. Not that exalts are worth anything at this point. Okay. Alright, let's dump that. Just put that in there. On to the next. Let's do another willow. It was our first map and we got a div drop right off the rip, so let's cross our fingers. Let's try to turn this around, man. I'm trying to think if anything's different. I don't think anything is different from yesterday. Atlas setup's the same. I think we're actually using better better tablets in our thing. Yeah, much better tablets. Not much better, but at the very least, not worse. All these big open maps, though. We need a map we need like a 10 breacher or something. That's what we need. Drop it and just spewing divs out. I mean, honestly, maybe like I'll have to like consider it, but getting some chaos at least here. But I should consider whether or not the number of, was it the percentage of getting another breach or whatever, would be better than having the 6 rare mobs, extra rare mobs. But I'll tell you what, I haven't seen an Omen of Light in like a week, and I've been running maps like a madman. Both tier 15s and these tier 7 farms. I think GGG pulled the plug on them. They were like, no, can't be getting these. Typical. Tormented up. We want to make sure we hit that. Alright, another chaos, nice. Yeah, unless we really start getting some better raw divine drops, this is probably going to be a bit of a financial bust, which is horrible, because even my worst setups from this week were not financial busts. And this was the best setup from yesterday, as far as tablets and everything go. So it's unfortunate to see it swing back the other way. I still think it's better than 15s. Or at least it was, you know. That's assuming that there was not, you know, the Eye of Sauron didn't see what we were doing here with these tier 7s. And then make a little adjustment on it. Which I feel like happens a lot more than we probably, you know, would care to happen. Sure feels that way sometimes. I feel like every time a little patch drops or something, a little hot fix, so we get a little adjustment too. A little attitude adjustment. Alright, let's see if this Abyssal Depths has anything for me. We got Exalted. Boom. Alright, looks like we've got 30 people watching now. Thanks everyone for dropping in. Make sure to like the video, or like the stream, and follow the channel if you're not already. Much appreciated. Helps the channel grow, as they say. Alright, let's get all of these mobs. Always gotta open up the chests here. I've pulled a, what is it, a Wrath Pith out of a blue chest earlier this league out of down here. So, always make sure you do that, like this guy here. Well, I mean, it's a waste down. It's something. It's not nothing. I mean, a vertebrae. Vertebrae is worth, like, I don't know, 15 or something. 15 exalts. It's, again, not nothing. Maybe it's worth more. I don't know. I didn't check today. With so few people playing, the prices of things can shift dramatically quite quickly over at the currency exchange. But definitely have to be picking everything up if we're gonna make back some of our investment into these maps. Definitely makes me want to run some, what do you call it? Citadels. Um, Citadels are the best profit, for sure, as far as consistency goes. People might disagree with that, but I think that as far as consistency and cost to get started, get your investment rolling, it's the best in my opinion. I've got a whole guide on it that I released on Saturday, so be sure to check that out if you haven't yet. It covers everything from how to find citadels on your atlas to how to set up your tree and all that stuff. Also tips and tricks on how to run your atlas once you get into them. One monster. One monster. Probably some underground son of a... We gotta make sure we get our simulacrum splinters. Like I said, we gotta take what we can get right now. Bet you it's over here. No? Okay, we might just be going home. Oh, wait, what's this? What's this piece of bubblegum? Some litter. Yep, precursor tablet. Never know what can come of that. Crap. I mean, that's actually good for running the citadels. Gotta get that, push that highway stone chance. Mm-hmm. 6 chaos that time though, that's nice. So we're up to nearly a divining chaos. Oop. A white breach ring. That's not common. I feel like ring crafting is kind of a rough starting at a white base though, unfortunately. A lot of waste stones that time. Alrighty, right. Let's move on to our next one. I mean, that was better than some of the other ones, but still really want to be seeing more raw divines drop. Don't want to be running none of that. What do we got? Slick. Run a Vol City, why not? Run this 121. Oh, we got 4 con already, never mind. Okay. Gotta do some research this week on what I'm going to league start with, considering I don't really know anything about PoE 1 classes. I assume some of them are kind of similar, but it seems like there's a whole lot more build diversity over there for what is actually viable. So I have to do some video research, see what the top players are doing, and see what looks good, because I really don't even know as far as like what skills are best or anything. Guess I've heard about some of the new skills that are coming out. Some from watching the interview with GGG and the reveal. But I don't know how much of those are going to be truly viable. I don't know how much of the old skills are truly viable. It's always crazy when you get like a solid drop right off the bat and then everything just dries up on you though. It's interesting. The new league for PoE 1 starts this Friday, but as for this league, for PoE 2, I believe it's going to be mid-December. I don't think that they did not announce an exact date yet, but 4 months from the time this came out would put us right in Christmas time. I don't think that they're going to release it, on the 29th, just due to the Christmas. I think that they're going to want to get it out before Christmas so that they can, sell some microtransactions as well as, just have better timing with it. This one also came out a couple weeks late, so I think that they might be looking to get back on track and getting out a couple weeks early. That's just my hopeful perspective, but they can't release it right before Christmas either, because if there's some sort of game-breaking bug or something that people are exploiting, they need to be able to take the time to get that fixed. So I think it was maybe around December 12th is what I was thinking. I'm not 100% certain though. Could be earlier, probably not later though. Unless for some reason things just aren't done. But yeah, should be fun to get Druid going. Should be fun to see what league mechanic they decide to port over. Seen a lot of people say that they think Delve will come over. If that's the case, I'll be really happy to get a chance to try some of that out in PoE 1. I've never played PoE 1 before, but I am actually going to be playing this league starting on Friday. So if you're unsure, be sure to stop by the channel and you can see me play for the first time. It's definitely going to be probably me struggle busting my way through a little bit and trying to learn all the mechanics and crafting and stuff because there's so much more of it. But I'm willing to do it for science. For the research. It'll also be, I think it's going to be really nice being able to see all the mechanics and stuff that might come over from PoE 1 into PoE 2. Because, they did say that was going to be in early access, that we're not really going to get anything new as far as mechanics go. That they're basically just going to be some version of what we have already in PoE 1. But I've seen a lot of people that have jumped over into PoE 1 from PoE 2 with, I would say that most people don't really like it as much. Most people don't stick around, not to be like biased or anything like that, but it seems like it just has a whole lot more going on, But I think it'll still be a good time. Oh man, I want to get that. Expedition. I guess I don't really care about expedition logbooks. Screw it. Let's just blow it up. Let's check all these monsters. Actually, quantity of artifacts, runic monsters, drop something other than. Yeah, that's actually what we want. Hey, Chaos Orb. Oh look, another low-level logbook. Alright. Maybe we'll run them at the end here. This map always says 50 monsters until you kill Viper. It's kind of annoying. Could run around this whole map a million times like, where are the monsters? You will not find them. Alright, let's switch over to charge shots for the boss here. But yeah, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure at all what I would league start with in PoE 1. Maybe a Deadeye. Not really, but you never, Ooh, that's for Jade Isles. You could turn this all around with a Rockiata's flow. Zero monsters remain now. Just kill the boss. I feel like all of the guards around Viper are for whatever reason being considered monsters, and whenever you clear her, they disappear. Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, wait, do you have to be a tier 6 or higher? I don't think, I don't know. I mean, Rakiata should still drop. You know what, I'm not going to run it. I'll run that with a tier 15 later. We'll go full tier 15 and hopefully survive it. Run this Willow. Switch to Nova. And go around the outside. But, come on, Abyss. Where's my Ominal Light? Turn it all around for me. I mean, unless Ominal Lights just can't drop on the slow map, but I somehow doubt that. I feel like that's not true. I feel like I've had people say that they've gotten Ominal Lights running this method. Man, that overrun augury was a total disappointment, though. I mean, I'm not surprised it was an augury, but like nada. Just Shroud walked right into that, but we'll just go with it. We'll go with it. Doesn't matter if it causes our audio to cut out. Doesn't matter if we're Shroud walking. Nothing matters. Doesn't even... Got a Chaos, got a Freezing Shrine, another Chaos. Oh, that's all Chaos? That's not bad, I'll take that. Sapphire Ring, probably a Polycirclin or Whispers. We do have another Breach, which is nice. Especially since we're getting some Chaos here. Alright. Grab all these things. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, 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 bop. Ain't loving it. Feels like the monster density in general just feels low. I mean, not in the breaches, of course, but like on a lot of the maps we're running. It feels a little bit lower than what I'd like. But hey, that's just the luck of the draw, I guess, sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, yesterday we were getting tons of Divine, double on a single map, all sorts of cool stuff. Today they're like, not for you, Mean Bob. Like, we could give you some stuff, but we'd rather withhold it and really screw your Screw your numbers over that you're trying to collect. Screw your data. They say screw your data. They say we heard you like data. Well, have fun throwing yours in the trash. Alright. That's all nonsense. I feel like that's kind of been the story of this league, though, is like needing to have like lots of different ways to make your currency, because one day something will be great, 2 days something will be great, and then it'll just bottom out. Yeah, earlier in the league, like it would be good one day and the next day it wouldn't. So like I started to like cycle between a bunch of between like citadels one day I'd do like essences. One day I'd just do straight farm, map farming. But still, like some days were just like nada. Some days were horrible, but they would get saved by like one good item. Some days were great, and then you'd get like something great on top of it. It's like predicting which way the wind's gonna blow. I guess if you're a meteorologist, it's a little bit easier. Okay. I mean, I know said that I wanted to do citadels tomorrow, and I do, just to get me, recoup some of these funds, but I'm so intrigued by how everything sort of fluctuates back and forth with this method that who knows, we might run some more tier 7s before releasing I mean obviously before releasing any sort of guide. I'd hate to release some sort of guide or review when things are so up in the air. A review maybe. Review on it just being super up in the air. That's what the review would say, that we could not get consistent results. But yeah, I think it's definitely worth trying. Hey guys, we're on our 9th map and we only got 1 raw divine drop. That's super unfortunate. At this point, yesterday, we got 7 raw divine drops. With pretty much the same setup. We jump into here and do Burial Bog for the... Oh wait, is there any powerful maps? No, okay. We're still going to continue on though with this setup. Considering we already have the maps rolled, we already have the precursors determined. Definitely can't go back on it now. Gonna run all 20, but here's number 10. Let me see, where are we at? We're an hour and 40 minutes in. Probably took us 20 minutes to get started. I'm taking my time with the organizing and the stash, so, you could probably roll this a whole lot faster than I am as well. Which, if you actually did drop some divines, maybe you would not feel as bad to get them done quicker. But I don't know. Really want to hear the swing. Where's the tink? Chaos. Chaos is nice, but not what we want. Right. Let's make this loop. Oop. Again, chaos is nice, but not what we're hunting. Oop. I guess they're going to make up for it somehow. We could purchase another rarity tablet and try to pivot from 2 rare monsters, 1 rarity to 1 rare monsters, 2 rarity. We could do that since this one is feeling pretty bad. It's, you know, try not to be too proud to alter the plan, you know, still the same kind of setup, but slightly different. And we can just make sure that we factor all of this into the data I've already collected. The data I've already collected had, ooh, I mean the lightning, get out of here. That I already collected basically had, out of per 10 maps, when I was running 3 rare monsters tablets, I got 4 divine total, and that's everything. That's with chaos and everything, but just boosted up 2 divines. For this setup that I'm doing now, 2 rare monsters, 1 rarity. Like I said, it was 9 total divine. For 10 maps, and for 1 or 2 rarity and 1 rare monsters, it was like 5.5. But that's, so I ran more of those than previous ones, and so I averaged a larger sample size. And what was interesting about that is, like, my first 10 or so maps that I ran, I got, I think, 7 in 10 maps, 7 divine. And then in the second set, I think I got like 4. So it averaged out to more like 5.5. So yeah, you know, as much as this method was feeling consistent, you know, nothing's consistent in this game whenever you're dealing with RNGesus. Yeah, the only consistent thing is citadels. As long as there's a value in citadels and the waystone precursor tablets aren't too expensive, it rolls fairly common as well, so you can usually reforge and get a pretty high waystone percentage. Yeah, that's the best. The best consistent, because you can pretty much guarantee 2 fragments every time. And if 2 fragments gets you 3 div, you know, you can't fight. You can't replicate that any other way, getting consistently 3 divs. Even if some things feel consistent. Like I've seen people, they run Sekimas, like they'll run 20 Sekimas and get 10 Uh, Vase relics, which are a few divine, or a couple of divine, or something like that. I don't know what they cost at this point. But they were at the time a couple of divine. They'd get like 11 and 20 maps, and the next one they'd get 4. So like, you know, or not 20 maps, 20 trials a second, which take an annoyingly longer, even when you're fast. You know, I wonder if these level 71 logbooks are gonna play by the same rules as these maps, or the theorized rules of these maps, being that you just won't get the greater chaoses and things like that. Okay. Maybe we should run some just for fun. Just to maybe cleanse the palate. I'm not a logbook expert, so see additional chest markers, or a chance to have an additional suffix, number of runic monsters and monster markers. That seems like that Lush Isle seems like a good one. Let's see. Additional suffix. No, we'll go with the more monsters. I feel like that'll be good. Is that Tusion? It's all of them. Okay. So, things we like to see here. These thingamajigs. The splinters are worth a lot. So probably grab those two. I think we're only seeing 2 of those gated areas, whatever they're called. Can probably grab this first. Go from there. Maybe not. Maybe we'll hit it on the... Oh man, it's so close. Okay, we can start with this one. And then move this way. What the heck? Yo! Why can't I place any... Oh. Oh my gosh. They're making it hard on me. Guess we'll take this number of rare monsters. It's kind of a horrible routing. But it's not letting me place any over here. What the heck? Like at all. Like, look at that. Like just... And then it just like dies out. What the hell is going on? I hate this mechanic so much. I'm gonna get like nothing. Whatever. What the frick ever, GGG. Definitely don't want more artifacts. Quantity, sure. Gene. Alright. Alright, let's pray. an Oros name. Oh, because it's such a low level. So yeah, this is definitely not where you want to run. Crap. Okay. So these low level expedition logbooks are horrible. Should just throw them in the trash. A single regal orb? Really? What a fail. Okay, so I'm not going to waste my time running all these. And certainly not, you know, maybe I'll waste my time, but I'm not going to waste your time. We'll get right back into the better stuff. Alright. Well, that was not a palate cleanser. That was a disappointment. Yeah, get these things out of here. Just throw these in the breach tab. Alright. So tablets I was planning on running next was Rarity, Rare Monsters, and Rarity. But I think we're going to pivot and do 2 Rarities, so I'm going to have to pick one more up real quick, guys. Give me 1/2 a moment looking for this. Breach, Precursor, Rarity, items in your map. We're going to want, what's the other thing we want? Otherworldly Breaches. We need 10 uses out of it for sure. And we need additional monsters and breaches. Wait, how's that worded? Additional rare monsters. Right. So we're going to take this out of my own thing here. So 29 to... Alright. 12 chaos, by the way. For science. Hey, this guy's got a nice headhunter. Look at that. 25 div. That ain't worth it. Not at this point. What's Grand Spectrums? Cool, cool. He's got a nice little stash here. Better than mine. Alright. So we're looking at is 29, 30, 29, 6 additional rare monsters in total. Yeah, he's been running at least some Sekimos. Put this stuff in the regular currency tab. This is it, guys. This is how we turn it all around, though. We pivot. What do we got? Okay, everything is virtually the same as far as the Delirium. Well, it is the same as far as Delirium, but otherwise they are all crafted the same. No mistakes with our waystones. Spiderwood. I like Spiderwood. What's this? Headland. Oh, I'm not going to necessarily work my way over there right now, but maybe. We'll see. We got time. Also, just a reminder to make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to follow the channel. Any more PoE content, we're going to be pumping it out this week and going into next week with the league start for PoE 1. Never played PoE 1 before, but looking forward to giving it a shot and making sure that I get through the campaign and into the end game. I will try to remain determined. I know a lot of people started in PoE 2 have tried, and not many have successfully gone over and been happy about it, but I'll surely give it a shot. Rib. Spiderwood is usually pretty good for me, though. I like spiderwood usually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the one where I got 2 div yesterday on, so, you know, superstition and all makes me think it's a good map. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was like a deserted. That's, you know, I usually get a good return on like deserted maps and Oasis, and I don't have any right now. Obviously, not a full desert biome, but damn, there's some desert and just none of those maps. But on the bright side, I did have rootgrass double div me earlier in the league, so maybe we'll get lucky with that. You know, again, superstition. I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. What's that? Oh, annulment. Hey, turn it around. I mean, I'll take those. I mean, should have been a div, but I'll take those. Oh my god, I'm lagging hard. It's always really, we're getting a lot of these expeditions. It's like they're making fun of me. So many expeditions, it's kind of funny how that happens. Yesterday I felt like I was also getting like covetous shrines and stuff. Good stuff. I was getting good stuff yesterday. Of course, this breach is going to be in like the worst spot possible. Back in this little cubby. Up against a wall in a little cubby. I mean, hopefully it spawns with decent density the whole way through, but, you know, that's a little bit much to ask for. Come on, around the outside. Let's go. Yep, looks like that's pretty much cleared. Gotta pick up every little thing, try to make these runs worth it. Hey, at least this breach down here is right in the middle. Take that for granted sometimes. Yes. Everything dies, nothing drops anything good. Reaver Catalyst. Give me a stack of Reaver Catalyst, guys. Treat me good. Treat me good. I'm still playing your game. They're literally like, no. Treat you good? Absolutely not. Like, best I can do is a single Reaver Catalyst. Yeah, it's pretty much dead. I think they just hate me because I'm running Deadeye. They're like, all drops for Deadeyes. Remove them. Don't want that lightning damage. Artifacts, no one wants them. Cold damage, movement speed, blah, blah, blah. Rare monsters, items dropped by rare monsters, rarity of items in excavated chest, but there's no chests around there. And doesn't really look like there's too much up. Well, I guess there is. But, oh my god, they're too far away. Too far away. Guess we're just gonna have to take... I mean, I guess. Is it even gonna let... I was gonna say, is it even gonna let me place it anywhere? Jeez. I think they should remove the the little hut that the expedition people have. I don't think they deserve a hut. It's always in the way. Make them sleep under the stars. Oh, joy! Another level 71 expedition logbook. Yeah, it's such an odd thing to have such a swing in drops. It almost feels like I'm doing something wrong. Like, what did I do to deserve this? But everything's dialed in. Spent a long time before stream making sure of that. Let's go check, make sure I didn't drop anything. Every little bit counts. Every exalt is going to count. I mean, I guess. Whatever. Oh, simulacrums there, thank God. Oh, another one. Oh, now we're in the red, or you know, in the black, whatever they say. Not a gambler. I guess I am a gambler. I play PoE. Okay. I should take these back. Dump these in here since we switched up the meta a little bit. Not going to be so cute with my organization this time, I guess, though. Ain't no one got time for that anymore. Would have been nice if I had like a nice stack of divines and everything. Like, yeah, look how nicely organized my awesome currency is, but I mean, maybe I can get a forge or not a forge, oasis or something. I think there was a savannah, wasn't there? I think I had a savannah somewhere. Pretty sure I had a savannah. We got that one, okay. Alright. Let's go take out this hyena guy. Laughing jerk. Oh, lag. Sound is all over the place, but that's okay. I wish the Abyss was synergistic with more of the mechanics in the game. Like I wish there was like abyssal Colossus and omniphobia. Abyssal breaches and all sorts of stuff like that would be really fun. Just doing it with Expedition's kind of funny because Expedition's, you know, the absolute worst mechanic in the game. Right, 60 people here in chat. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Much appreciated. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more PoE content. What do we got there? Freezing Shrine. Lag is really nasty. Oh look, a Chaos Orb. Okay, let's hit some of these breaches. Thoughts and prayers. Yeah, I think it was with the 3 rare monster tablets yesterday. So like the first method that we just did was our best method yesterday, was basically as bad or potentially worse, oh my god, than our worst method yesterday, which is just crazy to me. Like I don't even know how that shakes out. Like it's pure RNG, but like god damn. It feels more like being hustled than RNG. Like sure, cards is RNG, but if someone like, or like pool, or like, you know, yeah, cards is RNG, but if you pretend you're doing better one time, and or like the dealer hustles you, you know. I don't know what I'm talking about here, just trying to keep the conversation rolling. But yeah, definitely getting hustled here. Can I get like a stack of 10 Reavers, guys? Make me happy. I mean, Reavers are only worth like 5 Exalts now. I feel like a dummy. Paying as much as I did to quality up my rings. It was like 2 div earlier in the league for all the Reavers for a breach ring. Now it's like a chaos, maybe 2. Everything's dying, chat. They just don't want to drop me for anything cool. Yeah, I was hoping that I could release a little bit of a review of this method that would like run alongside like a guide that says like this is how I did this, because I had some good results pretty consistently, but now that everything is quite inconsistent, I feel like it's probably only going to be more of a review, and that the review is just going to say this felt really good at first and then it wasn't good, so you know. It's inconsistent. Like that's kind of all I can say about it. You know, I was like thinking it feels really good and it's just about striking the right balance. But like I felt like I struck that balance multiple times and it just didn't reciprocate. Regal shards. Like, is there something wrong? Like, we've got... It's like I'm wearing my Anvarius ring. Got my golden charm. Got my boots with the... You know, that's my rarity, pretty much. We went over my atlas. I'll double check it, though. Make sure I didn't put anything in any stupid places. Oh, no, that's right, that's right. Yep, everything looks right. Hmm. 2 chaos. Big money, guys. Alright. Grimhaven Fortress. Can't do +1 to monster level. Unless we run a tier 6, which I don't feel like doing right now. There's an look, we got some citadels though, so I think definitely can do some citadels coming up soon. We'll do this burial bog and then we'll get this epitaph out of the way since it's there. Do this first. Since it's Abyssal Overrun. Since we ran, what? Did we run 1 or 2 Abyssal Overruns in the previous one? I think it was 2, but either way they didn't really drop anything, so it's not like not some huge point on the graph. Alrighty, right? Oh man. Use never projectiles when you get the extra projectiles headhunter mod. It definitely makes you feel like you're taking crazy pills when something works so well one day and so bad the next. Cool. Like before this, what I was getting the best results with when I was running the tier 15 was almost just like straight rarity. Like I'd run rare monsters in my tablets, but then on the Waystone I was running greed and chaotic rarity. And I was getting good stuff for a while, and it started to drop off a little bit the week that I started doing the tier 7s. So last week. But I also took like a little break before that, so like, I don't know. Feels like anytime yeah, I take a break, the whole game changes, and it changes overnight. Oh, we're running into that wall. God, I hate these maps sometimes. I mean, we're still gonna clear it. We're still not gonna get shit for drops. Okay, come on. don't think it's worth it going back down to the bottom of the breach. I don't think. Oh, an annulment. I mean, we got 2 annulments in like, what is that, 3 maps, so could be worse. At least we're getting some sort of return. Definitely not, definitely don't think it's paying for the investment, but maybe by, you know, maybe we will. Maybe we will pay for it. The tablets are what's really expensive though, for sure. Yeah, so I think at best we'll break even. I mean, 2 annulments is better than no annulments. Okay, we'll just take okay. Don't think I missed too much. Definitely don't think I like skipped out on any chaos. Maybe get two annulments. So strange. Okay. Alright, this might be it. This epitaph might be the one that turns it all around, guys. I'm gonna keep fork on. Double chaos. And I see double omen of light is what we were looking for there. Hey! So we're pretty much equal with the first map now, but, or the first set of, whatever you want to call them, first set of maps, first sample. Oh my god. Let me down the stairs, please. Jesus. So, who told the developers that we need more stairs in this game? They're like, you know what? More stairs is what the people want. Oh, this bubblegum, we'll just pick it up after. Not get distracted. There's a few items I've never dropped. I'd like to see at some point drop. One is Kalandra's Touch. Obviously a Mirror Kalandra, but I'd like to see a Kalandra's Touch drop at least. Hey, gold ring. It's probably just a Ventor's, probably not on Varius. Let's check it. Oh, crap. Crap, crap, crap. I ain't even gonna hold on to that. Okay, so not exactly turning it around, but the best we can hope for at this point, I think. Gifts from above. No, Evergrasp. Okay. This is where the mirror drops, guys. Right after the lag fucking kills me. Really, I'd rather have a regular breach precursor. These unique ones are such ass. All right. Not bad, not bad. Nice 68 viewers right now. It's pretty good. Be sure to hit that that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more Path of Exile content, both videos and live streams and shorts, all that fun stuff. We will be, oh my god, with the lag, we will be starting PoE 1 this Friday, along with everyone else. So if you're a PoE 1 veteran and you'd like to come on in and backseat and tell me I'm doing everything wrong, that's totally cool. I welcome it. If you're a PoE 2 player and aren't sure or don't have time to play PoE 1, definitely come in and check it out, live vicariously through me, or watch me struggle. There was some stuff at the beginning, so we're going to run back there real quick. Yeah, now we'll have a pretty good sample size for all these different tablet setup methods. Be able to take a more accurate look at the numbers now. Okay. Don't want to run nothing but overruns though. Don't want to skew the numbers that much. But I had run at least one previously, so needed to run at least one for the setup. Really want to run the Jade Isle, but That's definitely would skew it, especially if I hit like something real big. I don't mind doing the corruptions though. I don't really notice getting some like huge boost from them. You know, I really hate raised fields, but it's kind of profitable sometimes. So let's run that. Let's go grab some more. Let's grab the last 5 maps I have set up. Oh, there's my delirium folder. Okay. My delirium pocket. But yeah, I'm thinking tomorrow is going to be a little bit of a freestyle on what we do. Probably a little citadels. Maybe some regular maps, just pathing over to them. Maybe we'll do some, I don't know, maybe we'll run a trial or two or something, but don't have exactly a plan, but definitely gonna stream tomorrow and take off Thursday to get set up for the new PoE 1 League. Thought that was a divine shrine. Every time I see a divine shrine, I get scared because the monsters around it just are invincible. My sound is just dying right now. Alright, let's go hit that breach. Oh, where'd you come from, buddy? I was already through here. You didn't show up. Weirdo. Yep. Let's see what we got going on here. Come up top. Around the side, around the bend. Just keep my mouth shut about thinking some types of maps are more profitable, honestly. Just keep my big mouth shut. Oh my god, the lag, guys. It's getting disgusting. Appreciate everyone suffering through it with me, though. And if you don't want to, I definitely would. Oh, researchers. Researchers, guys. Let's let's pay 2 million for something. Okay, okay, off to a good start. I should say an expected start. Okay, okay. I mean, I'll take those, why not? I ain't touching that. Is this the 2 million? Yep, it's the last one. I mean, it's something. We'll take it. We'll be happy with it. It made a tink noise, so we'll take it and be happy. What did I miss over here? Exalt. Double boss. I do like this boss and the boss on the Alpine Ridge. I mean, it's the same double boss, but I like a little double boss. I also like that they're each individually easier than whenever you fight them by themselves. Okay. Nonsense once again. Did anything good come out of that? No, that was mostly crap. Hey, 69 watching. Ayo. I mean, I guess. Okay, we gotta turn this around, guys. 5 more maps to turn it around for the day. I need y'all to believe in me, because I don't believe in me. You know, we dropped one on Epitaph, so I feel like we should do Epitaph. We dropped one on Willow, so I feel like Epitaph and Willow are both good candidates. Let's try to repeat success. Minor success, but we'll repeat it. Come on, give me a big, like, 10 breach Willow. And that's what I want to see. Sure you guys do too. Oh, no, they said instead, how about we give you give you what you want. We'll give you another expedition. Also, very, very, not that it's that uncommon, but no real abyssal depths. I think we got 1 abyssal depths out of 20 maps, or, 16 maps or whatever we're on. Someone's definitely messing with the formula. I think if you run not fully modded maps, you get more abyssal depths. I said this yesterday on stream, but I'm pretty sure it's true. Whenever I was setting up today, I hit a grand projects into a tower, but I had to path over to the tower. I was just running white maps, and I got like 2 or 3 abyssal depths in 4 maps. So, take with that what you will, but it seems pretty clear to me that it's not entirely random. Alright, we've got 1 breach. So not the 10 breacher I was asking for, the 1 breacher that I deserve, apparently. You know, and I did get like it was a 10 breach, 12 breach marrow map yesterday, but like I only pulled one divine from it, so it wasn't like a total like crazy outlier or anything. It's not like I pulled like 3 div from it. Maybe like a rarity bot friend. We can go around making some money. But again, I don't know if it's tier 7 rarity bot action. It's going to be a big thing. Okay, that was about what we could expect based off of what we've been getting. Yeah, and if anyone was here yesterday, I'm sure that they can feel the difference in success, especially if you were here for the first set of 10 maps I did. You got to be able to feel that difference. Did you see that? Tried to shadow mock me into Connell's big slam. It tried its best. Thank you? Okay. Not the map to turn it all around. Five chaos is nice though. I mean, better than nothing. Alright. Now run that epitaph. I feel like there wasn't really a lot of coalesce corruption in there either. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't feel like I saw very much. Alright. Awesome place for a breach there. I'm just kidding, it's not an awesome place for a breach. Then again, this isn't a great place for breaches in general. Where's my abyss? I need you to disappoint me by not giving me an omen of light. I'll take that. Oh, researchers, that's nice. At least I'm seeing some coalesce corruption come through. And exalt, that's everyone's favorite item. Armor strongbox. Nice. 70 people watching. Thank you everybody. Be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe for more PoE content. We'll be running it for quite some time. Definitely gonna be jumping into PoE 1 this Friday. Hopefully everyone else is as well. Or if they're not, be sure to stop by and watch. Alright. Nothing good there. I mean, pretty dense with the breach, just nothing really popping where we need it to. Unexciting. It'll be crazy if we don't do more than 2 divine in 20 maps. That'll actually be way worse than going back and running tier 15s, honestly. And I mean 2 raw div drops. And maybe we'll run some like tier 15s with this setup. We'll do like, not today, but maybe tomorrow a little bit, we'll set up tier 15 maps. We'll run 1 irradiated. So we'll get an extra monster level out of it. Instead of running the all breach tablets. Go around, make sure I didn't miss anything. Essence of the mind. That's what everyone wants. Lovely Vol Orb. Alright, I think that's going to be it for this one. Got 3 Chaos like right off the rip, and then they kind of petered out. Okay. 3 more maps, and then we'll take a bit of a tally of everything. Gonna hit this Oasis. I do like an Oasis. Run the... But like, even if we get another div here, it's like 2 divs for this 20 and 1 div for the other, for this 10 and 1 div for the other 2 on this one, 1 on the other. It's not like it's 100% more, but it's like still within sort of a margin of error, just because, yeah. It'll be interesting going back to tier 15s and seeing if it feels like the tier 15s are better now. Because whenever I was first started running this, I was like, man, tier 15s are bullshit. This is horrible. But now or like, you know, tier 15s are horrible. But it makes me wonder if, you know, if something little got adjusted in the algorithm. Because like the tier 7s dropping stuff like they have been, was definitely ill-intended. I don't think that was at all the intention of, you know, of the vision, GGG's vision. So if something got adjusted in the background, I'd be interested to see it. Be interested to feel if there's a difference when we come back to it. Because like realistically, like it shouldn't be rewarding people running tier 7 maps. Like I think that's like, you know, the whole like idea of why this is like something people are jumping on doing right now is because it just feels broken. I should say felt broken, because it doesn't feel broken right now. It feels about on par with what you'd think is gonna drop. Yeah, like if you asked me prior to this method gaining popularity how many divine I would think that you would get out of 20 maps using it, I'd probably say 2. I certainly wouldn't have said, you know, 15 out of 20 maps or 10 out of 20 maps even, which is what we were getting. And yeah, so it's like, it's honestly fine if they adjusted it, if somehow it got adjusted back up to tier 15s being more profitable. Maybe I'm just having horrible RNG. But if they did adjust it back up, like that's fine. Like that's how it should be. That's how I was running it before. Like I was getting like between 5 and 8 chaos every map in the past couple days. Every map. Like there was very few where I would get just 2 chaos or something like that. Be interested to see, check if Farham has made any comment on it, since he's kind of the guy who has pioneered this technique and did a lot of the testing for it. It also sort of like yesterday when we were running, the first 10 went really good, second 10 went really bad, and I figured it was, and very well could be still, that it was mostly had something to do with the tablet setup, and it could have very easily. But like, it feels like we're more or less, no matter what the tablet setup is, that we're kind of continuing the same drop rates that we were getting from the later half of yesterday. So, do with that what you will, but yesterday I would have said definitely worth the cost to juice maps like this. Today I would say absolutely not. I'd say that this is largely a waste of maps, because the tier 15 maps I was paying a whole lot less to juice them and getting a much better return. So yeah, crazy how things can shift back and forth. We'll still tally everything up. We'll still do a little review video, and I'll release that probably tomorrow. But I still might have to do some more testing. But I am interested in doing the what is it? Using the same delirium setup and tablet setup. Pretty much the same setup, and just moving it to the tier 15, 16s. Because rightfully that should be where the money's at. Yeah, it's definitely, I feel like I'm definitely going to get wiped a few times though, adjusting back to the more difficult maps. Hey look, the second abyssal depths in 20 maps. So that's interesting. Thanks for the exalt, I guess. Alright. It's been super laggy today, too. You can watch yesterday's stream and it wasn't like this. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it certainly wasn't like this. Hey, and other researchers. Maybe this is the one that turns it all around. Hey, we got 2 breaches. I mean, we definitely have some chance of dropping something good now. Apparently not from the researchers, but... Yeah, right. A Vol Orb? Who wants that? It was funny early in the league, I was running... I don't know if it was this map filter or something, but I feel like I just wasn't dropping any Vol Orbs and I kept having to buy them. It was super annoying. I kept commenting on it to my guildmates at the time about how often I had to buy Vol. Oh, you know what else I was doing? That was when I was running like tons and tons of essences on my maps, running for horrors and stuff like that. Yeah, I was like buying stacks of essences every couple, every like 10 maps or so. It was running out. They couldn't keep up with me. Alright, let's see if we can get up top here. Probably not before the... Oh, maybe we can. Yeah, at least we got another breach. That felt nice and dense, at least. I do like Ornate Chambers as a map. One of my more favorite maps of the new league. Funny because it's like totally forgettable in the actual interludes. It works better as an endgame map, in my opinion. Hey, a Chaos Orb out of a collapsed sand, we'll take it. Bird in the hands, we're 2 in the... Bird in the collapsed hands, we're 2 in the bush. Feel like we're not going to make it too far. Maybe we will. Shroud walking. Oh man, right as it collapsed. The stupid Shroud walk. Shroud walked me behind him as it was closing up. Okay, let's go check out the depths. Omen of Light here, might turn it all around. I'm assuming that there's like a monster level required for like the Dark Domain and Lightless Void though, because I have not seen any of those since doing tier 7 maps. Again, maybe just crazy bad luck. Maybe just the tier 7 maps just make this game like totally shit its pants and like I don't even know. What a roller coaster sometimes. Roller coaster of emotions. Let's get the center part out. Alright, let's go take out this boss. Make sure that we got charged shot on instead. I can be a little bit tanky sometimes. Probably run a couple of Zeshts as well at the end of the stream just to widen things down a little bit. It's a nice way to finish things off. Bruh. They're like dropping like regal shards and stuff now. Like, it's getting worse. One second here. Let me check something. Alright guys. We got one more map. I mean we don't cash out the breach splinters, so let's see how many breach splinters we got. 280. Did I have any saved up previously? No, we'll buy them though. Task, backwash. Wait, was it? I haven't done a channel. They're nice big maps. Let's run it. Gotta say, definitely no outliers today as far as positive outliers. Like no big 10 breach maps or anything crazy like that you might not want to include, which I would still include all because we are juicing for more breaches. So I don't really consider it an outlier, but hey, some might. Literally, my item filter is like on silent. Oh my gosh. What do we drop over here? An Exalt. Beautiful. Remember at like the beginning of the league when you're in your map and you're like, oh my god, I got 2 Exalts by the end of Act 3. How jaded we become. Hey, we at least got a couple breaches here. Hey, another Abyssal Depths. Kind of strange, we're getting them all now, but whatever. It's like another point on the graph for everything in this game is random and you actually don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But now we got 3 breaches actually now. This is a horrible map for breaches though, so we would get multi-breaches on it, of course. Might as well kill him to save some time. Alright. Pick up my bubble gum. Alright guys, pull up your britches. We're doing breaches. What we've learned from this experiment though and all this testing, not about the tier 7 maps, but what we've learned is if you want consistency, you want loot consistently, you run citadels. They're the only thing citadels and rituals, because they're the 2 things that are for sure not impeded on by rarity or anything like that. Of course, with the rituals, you do have a factor of RNG, but you do not have a factor of anything being dependent on your rarity. And with citadels, you have the deterministic trait of getting fragments from them. So I'd say that, you know, looking forward at the rest of the league and what we're going to be trying to, when we try to do farms, I'm going to be looking for a lot of evidence as to whether or not this has gotten somehow shadow nerfed, or if anyone else has noticed a lesser drop rate from this method. Because yeah, it's just really feels bad, bro. And I'll be honest, I was pretty skeptical from the beginning. Oh, there it is, turning it all around. Hold on. Make sure I clip all my divine drops so that I know how many I got, where I got them at. So yeah, that doesn't. It's definitely not as good. What's on the ground here? It says Greater Jewelers, but that shouldn't show up on my map or filter in any way. Okay, whatever. Only took so this was more profitable today by one divine. I think we got one extra null as well. So, but yesterday it was worth 9 divines. So the overall value is still on the 2 rare monsters, 1 rarity. But it just doesn't seem consistent. I don't know what sample size I'm gonna need to get. I mean, like I don't think that there will be a consistent. You know, if one day I get fucking or 10 divine from one method from 20 maps, and the next I get 4, and it just keeps going back and forth like that, we can't ever actually conclude which one is better. With great certainty anyway. Because what happens whenever you do, 2 days, and both of those days you only get 2 divine, and you run the other method, which isn't as good, and maybe one day you get 3 divine and 2 divine, and that one's better, but, neither of them seem greatly better than the other. And really what it comes down to is whether or not it's worth it, because these maps are more expensive to juice because of the precursor tablet costs to get that high rare monsters and rarity. Not that you don't want that otherwise, or maybe like I said, maybe I needed to push for precursors with additional breaches. Maybe that was the answer. Rather than more rare monsters in the breach. I feel like more rare monsters in the breach makes sense to me, though. Hey, that Val Orb was not there before. Alright. Let's get our tally up and see what looks good. See what these final numbers start looking like. Okay. Make sure we get all the exalts out first. Okay. Let's just bring everything into the stash, into the inventory. Alright. Bones. I'll run that Twilight Reliquary key too. Headhunter might be what turns it all around, guys. We'll get a Headhunter. Alright. We'll bring everything over from the other inventory. We'll just set it side by side so we can see it all laid out. Sorry if this is going to be kind of slow getting this tally for everyone, but in the meantime, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on this stream. Really helps out the channel. Definitely going to be doing tons and tons of PoE content, so be sure to subscribe to catch it all. Hopefully we're all getting ready for the PoE 1 League, or thinking about getting ready for it. It's going to be a good old time. Alright. Let's see. Let's hit these tablets. Crap. Hey, mostly crap. Mostly crap. Not really worth anything. So I'm actually going to disregard these. I'm just going to put this in this dump pot tablet. Anything that's really not worth, for sure not worth anything. Right. Collarbone. Alright. Let's just pull everything over from here. Starting with the currency, the most important part. I mean, 2 Abyssal Echoes, though, I mean, that doesn't lie. I mean, that's like, similar to getting like an annul, I guess. I don't remember the prices on annuls. I think annuls are still worth a bit more. Maybe I just stopped picking up the sapphires and emeralds because I was annoyed, but Alright, starting with our exalts. Let's see what the comparison looks like here. Also, let's get rid of this stuff here, stuff that we were using just in case. Okay, so if we're going to compare exalts first, we got 6, 8, 10, 140, 157 from the rare monster, from the double rare monsters. So more exalts from double rare monsters. Looks like a fair bit more. Looks like 7 more chaos orbs from the rare monsters. Less divines though. 1 less divine. Same number of chance. No annuls. So that's like a divine right there. More simulacrum splinters. Approximately the same vols. 1 less here. I guess we can put this here. Put the abyssal omens and stuff. Yeah, like I didn't get really any abyssal omens. Got 1. So that's probably just a product of the rare monsters from the abysses, because they are affected by the... Okay. I mean, I'm not really sure I need to really bring everything over at this point. I think it's pretty obvious where the... I mean, it's not super obvious, but it's pretty obvious where the money's going to be. We got 2 div, we got more than, so we got more than 3, we got 4 div right here. Like everything said and done, looks like this is going to be closer to 5 div, 4.5 to 5 div for the double rarity 1 rare monsters. And this is going to be like 3.5. I mean, that's just what I'm seeing here. We'll make sure, I'll make sure to record all the numbers. We're probably not even going to include like the jewels, honestly, because like unless one of them is really good. I mean, we can look over real quick. Spell damage, shock. No. I mean, yeah, nothing crazy right off the bat. As far as bones, they're pretty similar. I mean, I did get more rituals the second time, so that's kind of an outlier. I mean, it's not like a total outlier, but these expedition logbooks aren't worth a damn. I don't even know why I'm taking the time to bring them over, but got 2 perfect jewelers this time. Not too bad, really. Any of these worth anything? Yeah, these probably not. Got more Esh catalysts, less Reavers by just 1 though, but we got the 10 stack there. Yeah, I think that it's going to be pretty similar. They're both going to be pretty bad overall. Probably about as bad as my worst 10 10 runs, 10 sets of maps, map of 10 maps set, I should say, from the past few days of farming. Super unfortunate. Yep, so we can get a pretty good idea of it now. Let me just get these out of here. So we're looking at a little bit more exalt here. Like a 20% more, or, you know, yeah, like 20% more or something. Chaos. Orbit Chance kind of in the wash. More Chant Shards, but I might have just stopped picking those up. Pretty much same vols. More Divines on the rarity. About the same, you know, within a margin of error on the Simulacrum Splinters. The Ritual or the Omens are kind of in the wash because I just didn't happen to get any. That's total RNG. More Bones on the rarity maps, I think. Yep, more total Bones on the rarity maps. More Catalysts on the rare monsters. More Expedition Logbooks on the rare monsters. But I think the overall value is going to go to the rarity map. So let's wind down. Let's get our breach. Let's go kill Zesht a couple of times. Feel better about ourselves. As always, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more PoE content, as well as hit the like button on this stream here. Go back and check out my guide I posted on Saturday for Citadel hunting, if that's something that you might be interested in doing. Most consistent and profitable way, in my opinion, to stack currency on using your Atlas, you know, not kind of a low-cost barrier of entry compared to doing something else that's highly profitable, like crafting or flipping flipping items and selling them. It's pretty easy to do, and the guide covers every aspect of it, from finding your citadels to how to juice your maps and what precursors to select, and how to set up your Atlas trees. Also how to set up like your Atlas trees for while you're looking for your citadels and trying to get to them as quickly as possible. Things that you can do to speed that process up. As well as risks and tips and tricks for once you get into your Atlas to make them run a little bit smoother for you. The only difference between, not the only difference, but the only requirement, like this is running tier 7 maps is a very low requirement, because all you really have to do is be able to clear a tier 7 content, which is super easy. You do have to be able to clear 0 revive citadel bosses and such to get your fragments, but you know, you're getting like pretty much like 3 divine minimum every time you run one, so because you will get 2 fragments, each one's worth about a div and a half or more. So definitely, as long as you're able to clear the content, check out that guide. Could really help you. breach rings. We'll do one more Zesh after this. Comes up to this line here. So drop our easy money. Wow, nothing, dude. What did they do? What did they do? Like, I've never had nothing show up on my item filter from Zesht. Like, not even like, well, at least I don't feel as bad about everything else, I guess. Here, I'll just dump this stuff in here. Right. Maybe one of these days, and maybe it'll be part of the freestyling tomorrow, we can run each of the pinnacle bosses a couple of times, see what we get. We'll run Arbiter, maybe Uber Arbiter. He's costly though. He's expensive. That's why we run that's why we farm Citadel fragments though, because running Arbiter is expensive. I saw someone. I've seen people doing buying. What is it? The diamond, the last prison of belief diamond. Buying like whole inventories and reforging them, like the really bad ones. So apparently, you know, people are getting creative with their currency methods right now. Last league, the first time I fought tier 4 Arbiter, because we had 4 tiers last league. He dropped a Prism of Belief for me, and it was a +3 lightning arrows, which is worth like 2 mirrors or something like that, a mirror right now. Last league, no one was running lightning arrow, everyone was on the lightning spear, so it only went for like 20 divine. I mean, I'll take 20 divine, but I would have really liked to see a mirror in my inventory someday. And honestly, I'd take a mirror anyway, trading for it or whatever. But I'll say it'd be really nice to drop one. Alright, let's kill Zesht. I mean, nothing might as well have shown up on my filter. Look at that. An Orb of Alchemy. We are running monster level 82 Zesht. Alright guys, gonna bid y'all a good evening. Thanks for stopping by, much appreciated. Hope you enjoyed the stream, even though it was not nearly as profitable or as exciting as yesterday's stream. But be sure to hit the subscribe and like the video. Check out the other videos. Check out the videos that I'm going to be posting in the future. Look forward to seeing y'all on a future stream. Alright, bye-bye.